You probably know that a lot of what I do relates to recruiting. We cover a lot of recruiting on the website on PantherLair.com, and that's a big part of why people follow the site and why people subscribe and what they read and what they talk about. You know, that's a big part of our coverage. And people, inevitably, I always run into people who I start talking to them. They ask me what I do. I tell them what it is, what the website is, and they say, "Oh, I like Pitt a lot. I don't care for the recruiting stuff. The recruiting, I don't get it. I don't get why you follow the recruiting so much or why there's so much interest in it." And you have this conversation all the time, and a lot of times you get it with old-timers, particularly in the media, who's, "I just don't want to have anything to do. I don't follow recruiting. Talk to me when those kids play." Well, that's fine, but you know what recruiting does? I was thinking about this week. What recruiting really does, it tells the story of a team. Look at Pitt right now. Look at the mess at backup quarterback. Look at the whole quarterback position. You've got your starting quarterback is a transfer. Your backup quarterback right now is another transfer, a walk-on who transferred from UT Martin. And beyond that, you've got guys who have never played and don't really look like they're ready to play, if they're ever going to be ready to play. How does that happen? You look at the recruiting. If you follow recruiting, you know. If you follow recruiting, you see this situation develop. You know how this situation developed. You know what the last staff tried to do and how successful they were or unsuccessful as it were. You look at wide receivers, same thing. There's so many questions about who's going to replace Tyler Boyd. Why is there so much uncertainty about this? Why are they left with such a hole at receiver after Tyler Boyd goes? Follow the recruiting. It'll tell you the answers. Recruiting tells you how the roster was put together. It tells you why a roster is strong in some areas, weak in some others. It'll tell you why a team is good or why a team struggles. We always try to answer those questions. What made this team good? What made this team bad? Well, it comes down to the players, and the players come back to the recruiting. People ask me, they say, why follow the recruiting? Because if you don't follow recruiting, you're not getting the full story on a team.